Hey there, and welcome back. If social media has felt louder, faster, or more confusing than usual lately, you're not imagining it. Updates are rolling out constantly, new features, new tools, new best practices. And it can feel like if you're not chasing everything, you're falling behind. Today, I want to slow that down, and we're going to talk about the most important social media updates so far this month. Not just what has changed, but why it matters and what you can safely ignore without panic posting your way into burnout. One of the most telling signs this month came from HubSpot, which released a B2B marketing guide centered around Reddit. So, on the surface, that might sound niche, but it actually confirms something a lot of businesses are rediscovering right now, which is people trust communities more than campaigns. Reddit works because it's conversation driven, it's honest, and it's messy, and it's not polished, which is exactly why people believe what they see there. That's a big reminder for brands, right? If your marketing only talks at people, it gets tuned out. But when it speaks with them, when it listens, when it contributes and respects a space, it builds trust you cannot buy with ads. So the future of B2B, and honestly B2C too, isn't louder messaging. It's meaningful presence in the right places. So public likes and comments still matter, but they're no longer the whole story. This month, Threads surfaced plans to experiment with games in direct messaging. At the same time, X announced a new desktop-based chat experience. Different platforms, same direction. Social media is leading hard into private interactions, and that's because real connections happen in quieter spaces. DMs is where trust is built, where questions get asked without fear of being seen, where buying decisions often start long before someone ever comments publicly. For brands, this changes how engagement should be measured. A post that sparks quiet conversations behind the scenes may be far more valuable than one that racks up a like and disappears an hour later. If your strategy only focuses on visible metrics, you're missing a huge part of how people actually use social media now. Content creation is getting easier and expectations are getting higher right alongside it. Snapchat introduced Quick Cut, an in-app video editing tool designed to reduce friction and speed up publishing for users. Tools like this remove excuses and platforms know it. When everyone can post faster, volume stops being impressive, thoughtfulness becomes a differentiator. This doesn't mean every video needs to be cinematic. It means clarity matters, pacing matters, and also intention matters. Sloppy content isn't charming anymore. It's skippable. Efficiency helps you keep up. Strategy helps you stand out. So one of the quieter but most important updates this month came from TikTok, which rolled out new accessibility features, including the ability to disable HDR playback and reduce motion in videos. This matters more than many brands realize. Accessibility isn't about compliance, it's about respect. Sensory overload, motion sensitivities, and visual strain are real barriers for a lot of people. When content is uncomfortable, people do not complain, they just leave. Platforms are adjusting to this reality, and brands should too. Inclusive design doesn't limit reach, it expands it. Clear visuals, intentional motion, and thoughtful pacing don't just help accessibility, they improve the experience for everyone. Meanwhile, YouTube is testing still image carousels inside shorts. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's a bigger deal than it sounds because it signals a shift away from rigid content rules and towards flexible storytelling. Not every message needs motion, not every idea needs to be spoken. Sometimes a well-designed image sequence communicates faster and more clearly than video ever could. This opens the door for educational slides, visual storytelling, and hybrid content that works across platforms. Content's becoming less about format and more about the experience. So when you zoom out, all these updates point in the same direction. Community over broadcasting, private engagement over public performance, faster creation paired with higher expectations, accessibility as a baseline, not a bonus, flexible formats over rigid trends. Social media isn't slowing down, but it is maturing. The brands that will win aren't the ones chasing every single update. They're the ones asking better questions before you post. Does this help someone? Does this feel human? Does this align with how people actually use these platforms? If you found this helpful, that's exactly why we do these breakdowns, so you don't have to chase every trend to stay on top and be relevant. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. If you really want some free clarity, grab our free social media reality check. What actually changed in 2025 and what still work? Link in the description.